It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see the Dreadnoughts leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Dreadnoughts and the Monarchs, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end you doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple of years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a...
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end. And the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time. The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run-after-catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
3rd and 5. Back to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Here's a first carry for their running back. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And this ball incomplete. on third down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Monarchs offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allowed him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch. His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down. Back to the air one more time. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. And this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
13 yards on that pass play, and that will be a 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down, a pickup of 9. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. They'll stick with him again. And he'll work forward for a yard, but that's all he needed. This is going to be a 1st down. He pulls it in around the 5.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they are all over that on defense. Good search, drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Monarchs. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
And it will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down. Give him 16 there and a 1st down. This is Lewis. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Monarchs offense about ready to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. 3rd and a yard. Throwing now from the gun. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's a close game early on. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now a give on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
A gain of 7. First down, Monarchs.
Up the middle they go. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. Looking to convert for the third time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Quick throw, taken in. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll go down back at the 4.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. They'll throw out of the gun. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Monarchs. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The extra point is up and through. And the Monarchs move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dreadnoughts offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. We'll check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. They'll run with Lewis. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
That is caught. It is Hopkins. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. That's enough for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Here's third down and a few inches. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Great job here by the quarterback on third and short, knowing that if nothing's there downfield, he can pick this up with his legs. And not only is he able to pick up the first down, he gets a whole lot more than that.
Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. On the ground, it's Lewis. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
That one is good. And the Dreadnoughts get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Monarchs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Putting the tight end in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
A fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play on that one. 33 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. He's got it at about the 8. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up third and goal. So Hopkins is the man in motion. On third and goal, they'll run for it. And this time, he's in. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. So on third and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on fourth down. Taking care of it on the third down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
The extra point, up and good. And the Dreadnoughts are back within 4. It is 14-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Monarchs offense going to take over just before the half. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack. So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up in the City of Roses, Portland, Oregon. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. 21-6, your final score. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half. About to get started. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dreadnoughts offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. Taking off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
He'll drop to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Now, faking the give. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
An extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good. And the Dreadnoughts move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground, and that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
Nice change of pace there on the back end, Mike. They brought dime defense, which means they have 6 defensive backs. That's a lot of guys back there defending this passing game. And when the quarterback has nowhere to go with the ball, he tends to hold it longer than his offensive line can protect for. And he goes down for the sack.
The Monarchs getting their special teams on the field. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's second and 8 at the 36-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Here's Lewis. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. It is 3rd and 10.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
That is fielded at the 13. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. A pickup of 14 on that one. And that will be a first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives them a first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
The Monarchs special teams unit onto the field, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll run it. Here's Lewis. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly...
A throw right side is intercepted. And he is just going to waltz his way in. The pick 6. A touchdown for the defense. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick 6 changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the 2nd half.
The kick is good. Makes the score Monarchs 21, Dreadnoughts 17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now from the gun. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
He'll get this one complete to Brown. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. That's enough for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Personal foul on Unnecessary roughness. Defense. On the ball, now! Automatic first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in, and they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's a handoff.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they?
Now remember, all scoring plays are reviewed.
The previous
Tight
play
game,
is under review.
tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. That's to the sideline and intercepted.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. They'll try to get this one on the ground.
The ball carried by number 34. He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's fourth down.
So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The defense has got it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now. They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Pass interference. Defense.
So that pass interference in the end zone puts the pressure on the defense. It is 1st and goal from the 1. So Hopkins is the man in motion. Back to the ground after the penalty. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for two.
The offense will line up for a two-point conversion.
That'll be caught. And he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Monarchs offense back onto the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. His throw left side is complete.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth, but they will turn it over on down. But Dreadnoughts offense about ready to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. This is Lewis. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. They only need a yard, and it's fourth down. They'll try to run. And he will score again. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. That's his third touchdown of the game and number 12 on the year. And making a hat trick. That is his third rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
The extra point is good. And the Dreadnoughts will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. The Monarchs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring an extra defensive back.
That one intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
The Dreadnoughts offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They have not disappointed as they have the advantage here in the 4th. Now a give on the ground. And he's going to be taken down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.